Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. If you are watching this series, it is because you probably watched season 1 of Lovesick and you have been patiently waiting for season 2. And I thank you so much for your patience. Hi, it's Ocean, by the way. If you happen to stumble upon my videos and this is your first one, then you are in for a treat and I'm so happy to have you. You know what, you all? I woke up this morning just like Madison, just thinking to myself, because Madison Proctor here, she thinks a lot. She thinks a lot every morning. It's about 6:50 in the morning. She's an early bird. And actually, I'm going to have her do some journaling, in fact, just because she can be busy doing something while we're here. I told myself that no matter how imperfect or how not ready I feel like this save was to start filming season 2 of Lovesick, I just thought to myself, I'm going to go in today with an open heart. I'm going to go in today with the intent to just play this out like it is real life and get back to what I had. You know, this series has done wonders on the channel, and we need to see where these characters are now, how they're living. It's their life after all. It's their real life. So here I am. I'm recording, I'm filming. This first part will be a little bit chatty, more so anything, kind of telling you what's going on now. I know you all see this apartment and you're just thinking like, oh my goodness, this is our new home and it's absolutely gorgeous. I renovated it myself. This is the same apartment that Lizbeth was living in at the end of Lovesick, and I renovated to make it more cozy and less broken down. And I'm really satisfied. It took 2 tries, but we are here. So before I jump into any updates, I just want to show you how Lizbeth's place looks now. So we do have a bathroom in her master bedroom. We have the girls' room here, long hallway, their bathroom, and then we also have a kitchen, a small living room, which doesn't have a TV, by the way, because Lizbeth is more so on her computer or laptop, rather than being on a TV anyway. And so are the girls. They have, their little tablets or whatever. They each have their own tablet. We are starting with Lizbeth because we ended with Lizbeth, and she is honestly, Lizbeth took over the Let's Play, and there is no real main character, but at the same time, we focused on her story because it was the easiest for me to tell, and I tried my best to tell all perspectives. But Lizbeth is tired right now. Lizbeth has also lost a little bit of weight, if you all noticed that. So if you're new to Lovesick, I just want to break down some things here. This is Lizbeth Proctor. She is a very fierce woman, okay? Lizbeth is romantic. She is alluring. She's good. Lizbeth recently got her degree in language and literature, and she's very proud of herself for finishing that because she dropped out of college. And she's actually a college dropout where she met her husband. And yes, I said husband because they are actually still technically married. And we'll get deeper into that. We have no sentiments with him. We know everything about this guy. He's also someone that went to college with her, except he actually got his degree in honors, and she dropped out around that time. Alden is a very straight edge type of person, kind of like the opposite of Liz, but he provided security for her. Long story short, Lizbeth did she stepped out of her marriage, and the reason why they are still married is because I'm actually leaving this up to you. I want you to tell me when should we get a divorce, or even if we should get a divorce. I didn't want to make too many decisions by myself. If you've watched season 1, you know why that is. I know some of you might think realistically they should not be married right now. It's been years. The last time we saw the girls, they were literally like 2-3 years old or 4 years old, and now they look like they're about 6 and 8, if anything. And you're right, they do look older for sure. However, I pumped the brakes on getting a divorce because Alden still has feelings for her. She still has feelings for Alden. What kind of feelings those are, I don't know. So much growth has happened individually that I feel like there could be something there. And Alden still has an image to portray, but outside of his image of being the doctor with the family and the title of being a husband, he actually doesn't care about that anymore, and he's figuring that out. Either this is going to work and we're really going to try, or we can both keep, experimenting, going our separate ways, finding ourselves and everything. I know you all didn't think that I was going to drop Alden like a fly that easy. I know that it seems like she would have just moved on. She's a divorced single mom kind of vibe, and I was going for that at first, but when I saw saw this, I'm like, oh my gosh, even I can't let this go. They also have children together, which is really rough. But most importantly, they're growing, they're talking. Therapy has done them wonders and they've been amazing. And so I am feeling very torn as to what to do. So we will be witnessing the divorce if there happens to be a divorce. We will see that. And if not, and they were to work it out because that's what they want to do, then we would see that as well. But right now they're in that thing where I just can't let you go. I just want to be fully transparent this time. You say you need woohoo in the car and steam up the windows, then let me be your man. If Alden says, hey, I want you to come with me to Henford-on-Bagley and camp out for a couple of days. Will you be open to that? They're trying to get to know each other and be fully honest about their needs and their wants, and their growth has been impeccable, that they actually haven't been going to therapy as much anymore. So our therapist, Delaney Hart, was absolutely amazing in helping us rectify some things and talk about our traumas and everything like that. But his mother, Daniela Proctor, we all know her. We all love her. She's aged a little bit. Ain't she cute? She's so cute. Daniela is very protective over her son. We are still in the family club. However, that is because it's just a mental note for me in order, just in case we all happen to be together and I want them all to come together. But as far as seeing them as family, Daniela wants nothing to do with Lizbeth after understanding that things didn't work out with her son and Lizbeth. Lizbeth was not who she thought that she was. She wasn't going to be her perfect little daughter-in-law, and she actually hurt her son. And that's the problem. She's very family oriented and she doesn't play about that. However, because she's a walking oxymoron, she wanted Alden to keep his family together. To them, they think that they are essentially working on things, which they kind of are. They live all the way in Tartosa, so we don't really have to fake the funk too much. We just let them think what they want to think. And Alden is kind of weaning, cutting the cord a little bit with his parents because he realizes that, my parents kind of have a little bit too much control over my life, my marriage, and my say-so over things. And he values family, but this situation has also taught him that, I need to also make decisions for me and myself. But Gino Proctor, who is family oriented as well, and he's a little bit of a snob. However, he's so busy with work and everything, and he just wants his son to be happy, and if his son is happy and okay, he's like, all right, cool, it's okay. He has no problem with Lizbeth. Woman and woman are kind of catty. Gino stays out of it. He has his Bluetooth in his ear all the time, and he doesn't care. He could care less. He doesn't. I think he cares because it's like, oh my God, my family. I was a doctor. I want my son to follow in my footsteps, but he's okay. He's old and he's aged a lot, right? He's aged a lot. I know some of you actually play with Gino and Daniela, and I've seen some of your pictures and the kids, it's like, oh my gosh, all of them come out with the most beautiful genetics. It's insane. But enough of the parents and all that. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into the feelings and stuff. Again, first parts are always so talkative and chatty, right? I guess Lizbeth was expecting company. Ryan is a friend that we'll get into. Lizbeth probably invited him. Girl, what? Why is he here? My game is being crazy. No way. We shouldn't be best friends. What in the heck? I'm actually going to send you home, Ryan, because I think it's a little weird. Yeah, you should get going. Now that is fixed, let's get into the kids. It is actually Friday, the second to last day of summer break, so they will be starting school soon. So we do want to do something fun with the kids and, just have a little fun there. So as you all know, Madison is the daughter of Lizbeth and Naval. Naval is her father, and he has also snipped his locks. He has a nice short curly cut now. He's so handsome, and that is her father. Well, always will be. That doesn't change. Now, is he a good father? We're still working on that. Naval and Liz ended up having Madison after sneaking off into the night and woohooing. And so this brought a lot of conflict in the Proctor household because for a while, Alden thought that Madison was his, and he did find out. And actually, let me turn. I forgot I don't have the plumb bobs on and stuff. And so let me do that so that we can see that. There we go. But for a while, Alden thought that Madison was his. And this was his first baby, so this was a very big deal. This is basically his child, and he still sees it as such. But recently, more so now that they are children now, there has been problems as far as the custody, the visitation, and everything. And we have some problems with that. When the girls were like 3 or 4, Alden actually would take both of them when Lizbeth would allow for them to visit. And not allow, I won't say that, but because Alden's a great father. He's a great father, and I never want you to get that confused. He is an amazing father to these girls. And I say these girls because Madison he sees as his biological child almost, but because they're getting older now, things are starting to change literally as we speak. This is a transition that I haven't even felt in its full capacity and form because of, just the time lapse. So things are just now starting to change as they are being, they're older. Madison is kind of hip to the fact that, my dad never really wants to get me. Seems like mom has to do a little bit more, calling and texting. Sometimes I get in contact with my dad, sometimes I don't. So there's that little issue with that. And Abigail, who is her sister, and we're going to get into her in a second. I haven't even gotten a trace or anything. I also did a little makeover video for the girls for that reason. We'll discover their traits. I won't talk about it too much. I might as well. Madison's a bookworm. She loves books, buries her head in books, loves writing. And she's just a very creative gal, really. This is her violin, whereas her sister is more so. And you know what? Let me just talk to Abigail. She's just sitting here chilling. Let's just teach her something so I can get some skills up from a girl here. Abigail is the total opposite. Abigail is actually Alden's daughter biologically, which is crazy, right? Abigail is rambunctious. She is fearless. She's brave. She's rough. She is, if she was a Powder Puff Girl, she would be Buttercup. Hands down. And there's no coincidence that she's wearing green right now, but she's hot-headed. She has a little bit of a temper. Her and Lizbeth kind of bump heads a little bit because she has that edge that Lizbeth has. She has that attitude. She's not the typical daddy's girl. I think that Alden thought that, like, the kind of relationship you think between a daughter and their dad. Madison, if anything, is more so that for Alden. Madison is just... she's an angel almost, like could do no wrong ever. She could do no wrong. She loves pastel colors. They both have long, beautiful hair because Lizbeth refuses to get them a haircut. She trims their hair herself, but she's just obsessed with her daughter's hair. Madison is just so sweet and kind of like that daddy's girl. She actually very much clings to having a male figure in her life. She loves it. And so now they're going through this thing where she wants to see Alden a lot and do all these things. And Naval is starting to kind of pick up on that. Naval tries to dictate things like Madison going to Alden's house. He doesn't like Madison being fathered by Alden. He thinks it's dumb. He thinks it's stupid. He thinks he's, the father. And so then he'll step up for a couple days. He'll show face for a couple days, and then he disappears again. It's inconsistent. He's so inconsistent, and we'll get into that. This is Abigail's relationship panel. She has a good relationship with her grandparents, with Daniela, and also with Gino as well. And then we have Madison, who has a slightly better relationship with Daniela than Abigail. So that's kind of cool, right? The only problem is that the game does not register this as Madison's grandmother, which is kind of sad because her and Alden were married at the time that Madison was born. Unfortunately, this makes it hurt even more and makes it even more evident to me that this actually still is not her grandmother, And if Alden and Lizbeth do get divorced, it's like, this is officially not someone I'm related to, but I know this person and I love them, So she has a really good relationship with Daniela. Thankfully, Daniela and Gino do not allow what's going on affect the granddaughters, especially Madison, which makes me happy because I would think that that was the ultimate form of petty, like their children, they only know you, and that we don't even know who Naval's parents or people. We don't know anyone over there. And Lizbeth wants her kids to have a normal upbringing, grandparents and all that good stuff. Lizbeth, after, working on herself, has lost a lot of weight. Now, I will say she did lose that booty too. I will say that Lizbeth lost that booty. when she was losing her weight. So she's very, very thin. She is so beautiful. She's actually been going to the gym. She's been loving the gym lately. Normally I have my Sims do a little bit of yoga, I kind of keep it like that. But now Lizbeth really loves to just kind of run the treadmill or whatever. Her style is very relaxed. She does like having a little heel on her shoe, whether it's little or if it's a full pump like this one. Her hair is long. It takes no time to grow this baby back out. I wanted my girl back with their long hair, and we do have CC now with this. Before Lovesick season 1, no CC and no mods. Like I just wanted to really see what can I do with the game bareback, and we proved so much, like you and I, we made a whole story. It was crazy. Here is her formal outfit, and she's given very like Kim Kardashian with this long like middle split and the little, she is so cute. And I love this. So I will tell you why she's been very gym hungry in a minute. She actually has not a little bit of a trainer, but a little bit of encourager. She met someone at the gym that has really been getting her involved in the gym, which I really love. I just need to go through her outfits. She is never going to retire this pink robe. It will be her signature. She literally doesn't wear pink at all. Could care less for pink, but her pink robe, oh yes, like she's gonna have that. And then here is her party outfit. Do you see this? She gained so much weight with the girls. Not saying that's a bad thing, but for Lizbeth personally was like, I just want to feel good again. I want to feel like me. And so I love it. She has, healthy weight, and she's just slowly getting fit, and I think she looks gorgeous. She is everything. And I just really wanted to make sure you all saw like her outfits. And I think I might change this one just because y'all know how I am. Cute. Okay, I really love this, and I don't know why, but I think it's just good. It's good. I love this with the pearls. I don't know. I think that's a look. I really like it. Lizbeth isn't someone that does a lot of makeup, but I am going to use a little bit of this. I have way too many lips. I blame Urban Sims. It's her fault that I have so many. So I'm trying to think if I have to update you all on Lizbeth at all, which I guess I kind of do. And you know what? In order to do that, I think what we could do is actually take the girls out for a little bit and travel somewhere. Just visit a friend really quick. We have to visit the one friend that stayed through and through, and that stayed very close to us. And I never realized how much this sim was actually there for us until the very end. And it was the last friend we saw Lizbeth with in the last episode, which I was very, very thankful for, especially because this friend never judged her, never looked at her any different. And here we are, and oh my goodness, he literally has met us right outside the door. So hey Asher, hello love. Let me go ahead and give a hug. We have to get inside because it looks like Abigail has to use the bathroom and she's being dramatic. Stop being dramatic, Abigail. Stop being dramatic, Abby. That's what Lizbeth is saying. Now Asher doesn't like kids, hates kids, but will tolerate Lizbeth's. Okay, these are his nieces essentially. This apartment was actually created by Jen2606 on the gallery, which is also Urban Sims. This is originally Kyra's apartment from her Performance LP, and I love the way that she did the layout for this. I felt like it was perfect for Asher. We never gave Asher a real home and made it feel like home, so I think this is perfect. So I want to ask Asher how the job has been going. He recently has been on the up, leveled up. I don't know how you would say this. Basically, he has been progressing really well at his job. And so I really want to ask him, how has everything been? He's a musician, just kind of working. His style is different. If you all remember Asher, he had pink hair, he had white hair. He was also originally made by Grimfizz on the gallery. And I absolutely fell in love with Asher. He's also a romantic. Him and Liz are like these romantic junkies. They relate to each other. Asher never judged her. Even when he found out about her infidelity, he has stuck by her side through and through. Even when she lost friends and part of their friend group, he always still stuck with Lizbeth. And so they are BFFs forever. And I don't think that's ever going to change. They are best friends, and he actually has the hungry for love lifestyle because he has a very strong desire to be in a relationship, which is so heartfelt. I didn't even see Asher have this. So it just makes you realize that, he wants a relationship too, and we might have to play matchmaker one of these days. We're going to cook some grilled cheese sandwiches, and I know you're hungry, Maddie. When you have kids and they're hungry, like, it's different than just you being hungry, okay? It's like, oh my gosh, I got to make something right now because my girls are complaining. Where did Asher go? I don't know where Asher went, so we're just chilling here, I guess. Well, since Asher just left, I think we'll just whip up a quick salad. I think, oh no, he's here checking his mail. Asher, really? Like, he's like, go ahead, you just get what you want, make what you want in there. They can eat anything. He's not someone that interacts with kids really, or is like, hey, how was school? But he shows his love through action. They're Lizbeth's kids, basically, like, his nieces almost. And, cooking's delectable. So she likes cooking. Yes. I didn't know that about you, Lizbeth girl, because Alden would do a lot of the cooking in season 1, right? He did a lot more of the cooking, but now that she's had to cook for the kids, I can only imagine how much she has to cook. So it's getting late. We're cleaning up, and tomorrow's actually Saturday. And for this weekend, I think Alden actually wants to see the girls and have them for the weekend. And yes, he wants both of them and just have a nice fun weekend. School will be starting up soon, and he won't get to see them as often during the week, which really crushes him. He wanted to be a dad that saw his children every day, but obviously the mother lives here in San Myshuno. I will say that originally Alden was not for this whole city life and the girls going to school in the city. He wanted them to go to school in Willow Creek. He knew that the school district was amazing, wholesome, family-like. And so they did kind of argue a little bit about that. When Lizbeth finally told him that I'm going back to school, it would be way too much for me to not see the girls and, Marty in school. When Alden heard that she was back in school, y'all, when he heard that she was back in school, he was so proud of her. He didn't know why she made that decision, didn't question, wasn't like, oh, so now you're trying to get good now that we're not, on good terms. Like, he didn't judge her. He was just so proud. And he was like, wait, like, you're going back to school? And he just said, you know what? Let's just, they can go to school. They can go to school in San Myshuno. I'll see them when I can during the week, and as much as I can, as long as I can get them anytime on the weekends, and we can just have that open communication. Lizbeth being in school is so vital because she dropped out of college when they were both in college, and he got his degree and took care of her. And she's more than capable of doing that for herself. Not saying that she doesn't need, she doesn't want a man to take care of her or anything like that. But he always pushed her to go back to school and encouraged that, but didn't want to push her to do something that she didn't want to do. And so it's nice. It's so nice. All right, girls, it is 8. You all need to get some rest anyway, because I think Dad is going to pick you all up tomorrow. I think I'm actually going to have Madison wake Abby up and just say, oh my gosh, what do you think we're going to do tomorrow with Dad? I can't wait to go. Let's go ahead and have some sisterly time. So the thing with Madison and Abigail, they're sisters. They don't always get along. I showed a snippet of that in their makeover video. The thing, ask if the moon is a banana. That is literally hilarious. But the thing is that they just have an okay bond. There's nothing that has happened recently that has separated them too much, except for the fact that there are times where, oh my gosh, I don't know why that came up. Oh, are you on Simda, Lizbeth? Oh my gosh, girl, we need to disable the hookup calls. Yeah, okay, because you just put all your business out there. We're disabling those. We don't need that right now, right, Lizbeth? We don't. Madison has felt a little bit of a divide on the days where it seemed like sometimes Abigail would be going with Alden and she wouldn't. And hopefully it doesn't happen tomorrow. Hopefully she, there's nothing that comes in between her spending time with her dad, essentially. So, Lizbeth is like, let's go to bed, girls, stop it, whatever you're talking about. It looked like they were just irritating each other. So we're going to tuck them in and take them to bed. And I'm excited to see Alden and be at his place, which is really fun. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and hit the sack after this. Oh my goodness. Abigail is the first one to wake up, and it is because she's starving. So we're going to come in here, grab some leftovers. Hey, we might as well get up. It's all right. And I need to make sure she texts Daniela today. She does have less of a relationship with her grandmother than Madison. I think that's just because of time. So I do want her to have that relationship with her as well. What is this? Why do we have two relationships with the dog like this? Like, what? I don't know what's going on here. Oh my gosh, this is glitched. Lizbeth hears all of them awake, so she's just gonna go to the kitchen here. We're just gonna make ourselves a fruit and yogurt parfait. The girls can make cereal or whatever. Lizbeth's not the mom to make pancakes on a Saturday every day. Like, she's just not that kind of mom. Hey, we have the cereal in the cabinet. You guys can have some fruit. There's some yogurt in there, peanut butter jelly sandwich. So yeah, she's more of like, I'll cook you dinner and stuff. But I love that she wants to make another Sim happy. That's so nice. Ooh, and she wants to listen to her Latin music. I feel you, Lizbeth. I hear you. She's in a good mood. I totally forgot to tell you, what does Lizbeth do now? Right now, I totally forgot to tell you all, but she actually is a freelance writer. She writes for Fighting Words. Fighting Words is okay, but Lizbeth's true passion would ultimately be writing and publishing her own books. She has a lot to say. In fact, if we go here, I'll already let you know. I'm going to pour her business out. She has been writing a book called Lovesick. She also has a book called Self-Love, and she hasn't finished neither. And this is her problem. She doesn't finish things that she starts, and it's a little hard. So she, tries to find time in between work to finish and complete her books. But as you can see, we still have some unfinished business there, and so we need to get that started. Before we depart from the kids, I still want to briefly talk to you about a couple things. So I do know that her old friend Imani was one of our friends. She was actually our maid of honor. We stopped being friends when Imani realized that Lizbeth was cheating on her husband. She didn't respect it. She didn't mess with that. She didn't like that. She felt like it's just indescribably something that she's morally not aligned with. And to have a best friend that would do that right in front of her face as well, and lie to her too, she kind of felt like, I got to cut you off. And so Imani kind of cut Lizbeth off. Lizbeth never cut E off. Imani cut her off. And so that is why they weren't friends. And in recent times, they have been talking here and there. Now it's kind of like a small talk thing every now and then, or every couple of months or so. It seemed like Imani would say, hey, I saw the girls on Instagram. Like, she'll say, how are the girls? How are you? How's the job? And it's small talk. They used to be very close. Like I said, maid of honor. And now they are just strangers essentially. As far as our sister Eliana, oh my gosh, she's hot-headed. I made Eliana hot-headed and unintentionally also made Abigail hot-headed. That is wild to me that I naturally targeted my own Sims like this. I had no idea. I forgot. Eliana's hot-headed. I gave her a little bit of a change. She's channeling her inner Cassandra Goth, and they're okay. They're sisters. They don't hate each other. We will be tackling this relationship. I highly suggest you go back to the last episode of Lovesick if you want to know why they have somewhat of an estranged relationship. But we've actually been okay. As you can see, we actually even have a little tiny green bar here because we have been talking here and there. She's been keeping us updated on our mom, Valentina. So Valentina, her last name is now Herrera Cortez, and she got married. In season 1, we saw it. She got married, and it was like, what is your problem? And I don't know where it came from, but she is dating Manuel, and this is her boo. Now, I don't know if you all noticed this, but she does look a bit different. Let's just say that mom got a little bit of body work done and she is just on something else right now, y'all. I don't know. We don't talk to her as much. She's not the grandmother that I thought she would be. Daniela, if anything, like, I hate to give it to Daniela. Daniela is way more supportive. Daniela actually checks on the kids and stuff. Valentina is still living her life. I swear we have not been in this house forever, and it just seems so bittersweet. We used to live in this cute little neighborhood, and now everything is so different. Alden is here, and honestly, not much has changed with the house. It still very much looks the same. It just has Alden's little touch on it, lots of blue. His favorite color is blue. He actually recently got a little Lego table for the girls to build on, and they can all have fun with that. And yeah, he just has a lot of kid-friendly stuff around here. But this is the room. Now, Alden originally had 2 different toddler beds in here. Now, I know you all are thinking that if Alden's okay with Madison coming over here too, why is there only 1 bed? So let's just have a moment of honesty here. So we already know that Alden sees Madison as his child. We know that. When Naval would kind of insert his little parenting discrepancies with Lizbeth and just little things like that, and when all that first started to happen, Alden felt not threatened by it, but he realized that this really isn't my kid. And I need to make sure that I'm fair, but I'm also not crossing and stepping over boundaries. And I'm just going to play every day by ear, because this guy has a hold on Lizbeth. And I don't know if, so this bed is big enough for both of them to sleep in. No big deal. But that's when he made that decision. Like, I'm just going to make this their room, but I'll just save the space. He was just really, really, really unsure, but this is their room. They don't see it as they're separated. And yeah, but just after 2 times with just not being able to get her because Naval feels this way and this way, he just kind of made his own private decision, and that's what he did. And mind you, Lizbeth doesn't come around here often. Like, he gets the kids or they meet halfway. I think it's a little painful for her to come here. We don't know. She hasn't talked about it in therapy. It is a little different. This is the second home they got together. They didn't even just, it's not like it was their first, but it was their second home. And it was the home that they brought their girls to. And the last home that she was in. So it is just a little bit rough. So Alden's been pretty well. He's been pretty good. Still despises Naval very much so. And yeah, he's been all right. He's made some new friends and everything like that. But yeah, this is just, it's typical Alden here. Typical Alden. Okay. No big deal. He has a very low key life, and that's kind of how he intends it to be. And who is smelly? Okay. I'm going to cheat that up a little bit, but this is what he wanted. He just wanted to sit here and have both girls and just be out here in this environment. I actually thought that Alden was going to suggest camping or something like that, but because literally Monday is the first day of school, he didn't really have time to plan that out and see that through and ensure that they have a good first day at elementary school in San Myshuno. So they've just been sitting here chilling and having fun one-on-one. So because he knows that he can't, do anything super fun, like go to Granite Falls or something, I think what he's going to do is kind of set up a little nice little campers kind of setting out here. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so it's all ready. And I love this. So we're all ready, for our little camp out sesh right here. We are going to let the girls sleep in this little cute little tent. I love the little campers kit. And we're going to watch some movies and just chill and have a little bonfire. But it looks like Abigail sees that her phone is ringing and she is going to answer it. Lo and behold, it's Naval calling to see how she's doing. Also to say hey, what are you doing this weekend? I want to see you kind of thing. She's like, oh, hey, Dad. Well, I'm actually at my dad Alden's house? I don't know. What do you guys think she would say? Would she say my dad's or Alden's? Because she calls Alden dad. So that's kind of awkward, huh? Alden can kind of see that, oh my gosh, Maddie is stinky. I need to cheat that up a little. He could probably see that she was on the phone, and I think she's going to sit and he's going to say, you okay? And she's like, yeah, that was my dad. He was seeing what I was doing. And he was like, oh wow. What'd you say? Well, my dad was trying to see me today. He said he wanted to see me on the weekend. And she's a little uncomfortable, because she feels like, wow, like it would be really nice. She hadn't seen him in about 2 weeks or so. So she's like, man, that probably would have been really cool, But I mean, she's here right now. So. But I'm going to have Alden actually go ahead, and what I want him to do is video call Liz, and just kind of like in a way where he's trying to have the communication with her and just say, hey, I just heard that Naval just called Maddie. So I don't know, I just wanted to make you aware. And she expressed it felt a little bit uncomfortable. I'm actually going to have her move away from here because I don't think he would say these things in front of her. She'll probably go in the kitchen and get a bite to eat. Let's actually do that instead. But yeah, I really feel like it's probably like one of those things where, yeah, he's like, I know. I don't know if he wants to see her or if he might even call you, but I just want to make you aware of that, And being that her girls they have their own cell phones now, sometimes Lizbeth will just tell him, like, you need to call your daughter. She has her own phone now, so you go ahead and you do that. You do that. I don't have to always tell her how you feel, or if you miss her, you tell her yourself. So Alden's just, doing the right thing, making her prepared. But isn't this so weird to be in this house? Just a little single bachelor pad. I think what we're also going to do is have a little show here. We're going to do a puppet show. I think the girls are probably all going to take she's going to take a shower and bath. So let's have Maddie probably take a little bath here. Let's also take a shower and then change into our outfit. She is so angry for whatever reason. We're going to change into our jammies and just get comfortable, and actually, since I cheated her needs up, I'm just going to keep that the same and do this. And oh my gosh, our dog is so dirty. No way. Okay, so I think Alden actually went to go take Gus out on a walk. He severely needed a walk, and now he has to use the bathroom as well. So he's like, all right, Gus, come on. We got to end our walk early because I have to go use the bathroom. Lizbeth's candle making station is still here. Alden still hasn't thrown it away. She hasn't decided if she wants it or not. And it was such a big investment that they kind of feel, I guess, like, can I just leave it here at the house? It's not bothering anybody. So he just left it. Madison's really creative. So I'm going to actually have her perform the Creature of Granite Falls for Abigail, and then we'll have Alden sit and watch too. I love this type of stuff. This is adorable. Let's see. Come on, you're gonna miss it, Dad. Hurry up and get in here. This is cool. This is what it's about. I think here in this environment, the girls do thrive. It's kind of like what Alden had growing up. It's a family environment. Even with it just being Alden, I know you all can feel the difference. I know you can feel that it feels like it's a kid's playground, it has the swings and the tent and the puppet show thing. It just really feels like a home. And absolutely no shade to Liz, but in the city, I do find it hard for it to feel like home. Like, it really doesn't feel like home even now. So I find that very interesting, but we're enjoying this so far. And okay, story's getting intense. He even got a little science project for them all to do together. Like, I'm trying to tell you, this guy is just, Alden is a family man, and he just is. And I literally bet you he would have more kids, like with Liz, if they were to get back together or whatever the case may be. I don't know why I feel that way. I'm going to tell a group story about a fairy tale. An adventure story. He definitely would do an adventure story, right? This is Alden we're speaking of here. He's adventurous. He's not about ghost stories and all that. How's the hot dog? Yummy. And look at their marshmallows. It's so delicious. Man, I can only imagine this sound here, the crackling fire. This is just amazing. So this was just a first kind of pilot episode, I guess you could say, something for me to get my feet wet and just get back into determining where this story goes next. And at least just letting you see this family, I feel so defeated because I wish I would have got to them sooner than later. They are literally enjoying this so much. Just being away from all that noise in the city. Let's watch a movie. We'll probably watch Super Kids Cortex again. Clumsy Sisters. Let's watch the Clumsy Sisters. We're going to watch that. And he's just telling them fairy tales, watching movies. I love this. Oh, did it was like a real fairy tale glimmery thing. What in the world? What was that? That was adorable. I love how they're watching this right now. Look at this. They have adjusted to their tent. They love it. They think it's so stinking cool. And they think Alden is cool for all of this. Like, this is literally so neat. Like, you come out here, this is how you use your backyard, okay? You do stuff like this. Well, I guess we're just gonna go ahead, extinguish our fire, and kind of put that out. I wish they had some sleeping bags here. That'd be cute to have them have a little sleeping bag. I think I still have his little bed. Yeah, I do. Great. Okay, so I'll put his bed right here. We'll have Abigail probably go to sleep right here. And then I'll have Madison kind of read under her covers. No, you know what? Let's go ahead and have her, since she brought her journal, let's go ahead and have her write in her journal. And she's energized right now. It says, treasure, tell, listen to an epic tale of adventure. She really liked that story that Alden told them. She's like, I had so much fun today, listening to the crackling fire, roasting a yummy marshmallow with my dad. And honestly, this has been the most fun I've had all summer. I'm honestly just happy to be with this family again. And I want to know what you all think about everything so far. Again, this is kind of like episode 1/pilot. I had to kind of catch it up to speed a little bit. And then everything else will kind of flow in together. We'll see whatever, unfolds. And yeah. So I'm excited to see what happens. But this is life now. This is life, current day. This is life and Lovesick. So I want to know what you think. If you all enjoyed this, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Just keep simming. Always, always, always stay wavy. Oh my gosh, look at her going to bed. She's so cute. I just love her. And he's just sitting here. But if you all enjoyed this, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Just keep simming. Always, always, always stay wavy. And I'll see you in the next video. All right. Peace out.